Namaste, everybody. Hope you're all having a beautiful Tuesday. The weather's gorgeous outside. All is right in the world. Maybe not, but no matter what, we're here and we're experiencing it. So, to see life as it is what yoga is all about. And in order to do that, implementing measures of balance in your life is important. Some of you are probably pretty new to yoga. So, just as a brief explanation of what yoga is, it's not only physical exercise. It's a whole system, a science of wisdom that incorporates exercise along with breathing, meditation, right concentration, of kind of like where you direct your energy. All of these things which culminate in cultivating purity within the body, mind, and spirit. So yoga was developed in India more than 5,000 years ago, and fairly recently has been brought to the West within the past 100 years. So there's a lot of knowledge out there about yoga. And gradually, as the semester progresses, we're going to touch on basic aspects of that knowledge. Today, I'd like to share with you the 5 pillars of yogic balance. And if you want to jot this down in your journal, you're welcome to it. It's basically a good framework for what we're going to be doing this semester, talking about. So the 5 pillars of yogic balance: right exercise, consistency in movement, in freeing tension in your body, developing muscles that need strengthening, relaxing muscles that need softening. All with good intention, The intention behind your exercise, behind this movement is important to do what's right for your body, depending on if you have an injury or just need to be gentle with yourself. Right breathing, awareness of the breath at all times, and incorporating that not only into the yogic practice of asana, but awareness of breathing within your life, walking down the street, driving in your car. Throughout our lifetime, we are conditioned to hold our breath up at the top in the chest. When we feel like we're threatened, the belly tightens and we have restriction in our breathing. If you've ever seen a baby breathe, its breath is through its belly. So we're going to work on learning to uncondition the means by which we breathe and try to get back to that childlike breath, full belly breathing. Right thinking, to declutter the mind and increase mental clarity and calm, another important aspect, and to cultivate a positive mental attitude. If you always have thoughts that are moving through your mind that are negative or self-defeating, then that's what your reality becomes. Right nutrition. So maintaining a healthy, moderate diet, healthy food, fresh things, not so much processed stuff. Um, Drinking plenty of water. And not only the quality of the food, but how we eat the food, you know. Eating slowly and mindfully, your body's more able to integrate the nutrients. If you're, distracted, got your TV in front of you and just scarfing up your food, well, it might not be as healthy, let's say, if you were just sitting calmly relaxed, and you had a little candlelit dinner, you take a bite of food, put your fork down, chew it, enjoy it, pick it up, continue. And right relaxation. So because we're constantly moving through life at a rapid pace, it's important to remember to get back to rest. Not just physical rest, not just sleeping, but to give yourself the time to let go of maybe, your past memory that's causing you an emotion, to again increase mental clarity and just give yourself a rest mentally, emotionally is important. So we're going to go through all these things, little by little as we move through semester. Today, we're going to use a blanket, and that's pretty much all we need. We're going to go over a little exercise on cultivating awareness of breath. So if you would, come to lying on your back. You can rest your head on the blanket and just get comfortable. We're going to start off with both hands just below the navel. Right? Remember I was telling you about that childlike breath. Here, we're just going to close the eyes and we're going to concentrate on each breath for about 10 breaths. So just the feeling of your breath as it enters and exits through your nose. The feeling in your hands, the rise and fall of the belly. And tuning into the depth and the rhythm of each breath. And as you do so, maybe you notice that you can start to slow down your thoughts a little. For these last few breaths, concentrating on maybe getting that lift of the hands a little bit higher, expanding a little bit more deeply into your lower lungs. Okay, now place your hands over your rib cage. Get comfortable, and we're going to take another 10 breaths just to focus on the feeling of the breath here. the expansiveness of the ribs. And if any thoughts that maybe come up that are judgmental, or you're wondering if you're doing this right, just let that go for now. Just allow yourself to just be. These last few breaths, see if you can expand a little bit more deeply with each breath. Finally, place your hands over your collarbones, and we'll take another 10 breaths just to focus on the feeling here. Yeah, feeling that fresh open space. Again, letting go of judgment, letting go of any thoughts that might creep up, just coming back to your breath, expanding for these last few breaths. Okay, you can relax with your arms alongside you and take a deep cleansing breath. So it's a full inhale followed by an exhale out through the mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Last one. For a few more moments here, just witness your own natural breathing, not trying to control it, just observing. This pose, lying prone, in a relaxed state is what we call in yoga shavasana, or corpse pose. And essentially at the end of a physical practice, you lay down and in a state of relaxation just allow yourself to become a corpse. Essentially just letting go of everything so that you can simply exist in the healing energy that the universe provides in a state of surrender. And some say that this is the most challenging pose to be able to achieve. Okay, everybody just stretch your arms overhead, bring your feet together, take a long deep stretch. When you exhale, bring your knees into your heart. You could lift your head and your shoulders with your arms wrapped around your legs. Relax your head and shoulders again. Bring your arms out like a T, like a goalpost. And bring your knees over to the left side. Try to keep a right angle from your torso and your thighs. Turn your head over your right shoulder for a gentle twist. Take a few breaths here. Back through center with both knees and change to the other side. Turning the head over the left shoulder. Try to keep that consistent breathing through the belly. Now roll over to your right side. Slowly we're going to come up onto all fours. Now if you're on a hardwood floor, you might place your blanket underneath your knees here. This is what we call table pose. And from table we're going to work our way into a little spinal undulation, cat-cow. Taking a breath in, you'll tilt your tailbone up, lift your head, let your belly go toward the earth. You can even look up toward the ceiling. When you exhale, round your back, tuck your chin in, empty your breath out completely. You feel your navel pull toward your spine. Repeat. Inhale, head lifts, tailbone tilts. Exhale, rounding the back, tucking the chin. Continue this way. Move in a way that feels good to you. One thing about incorporating this practice into a daily or bi-weekly habit is that you want to enjoy it. So throughout this practice, move in ways that feel good, so that whenever you're coming to your yoga mat and you're going to practice, your body already knows this is going to feel good. And that way you'll be more inclined to practice consistently. Just a couple more this way. This time when you exhale, send your hips back towards your heels for child's pose. Now, if any of you out there have discomfort in your knees, take your blanket, roll it, place it in between your calves and your thighs, and then sink back. Let your elbows come down to the ground. Rest in your head. Just let go into the earth for a few breaths here. You know, so much of our life is about pushing forward, about performance, you know, whether it's in school, at a job. What you'll hear me talk about a lot in this practice is surrendering, is letting go. And within that surrendered state, there's readiness. Within that state of readiness, everything is available to you. For a shoulder stretch, take your right hand, slide it behind your left elbow, and reach your arm across. Come back down to the earth. Breathing deeply. Switch your arms. Okay. Again, let's come back up into table. Bring your hands shoulder distance apart, spread your fingers out, and plug your fingers into the ground like you're a cat, like clawing. Let your toes tuck under, lift your hips up. Keep your knees bent and step your feet almost about mat distance apart. Pull your navel to your spine and let your heart go toward the floor. This is downward facing dog. May feel a little challenging in the upper body, maybe in the backs of the legs. Try to adjust to make it a little bit easier on yourself. By the end of the semester, this pose you'll be able to relax in. I guarantee it. This next one, plank pose. Plank can be done with both knees lifted off the mat or knees on the earth. Okay, so whichever is working for you, go for it. Navel's pulled to the spine. Body is in a straight plane, right? No warped planks. Next, chaturanga is a low push-up. In the exhale, you come all the way down to the earth. Relax. Take a breath. And then we'll try cobra. Just lifting the head and shoulders without the use of the arms. That's cobra. Hips press down into the earth. Tops of the feet can press down as well. If you feel like you want to take this to a little deeper level, then try straightening your arms for upward facing dog. You want to keep your shoulders drawn back. Heart shines forward. Point your gaze up toward the ceiling. And by the way, if there's any time that you come into a pose and it doesn't feel good, just ease out of it. Take a step back. Come back down to the earth. Take a deep breath. Exhale, press back into table, and then come into child's pose. Relax against the earth. Okay, we're going to keep it simple today. Simplicity is highly beneficial in yoga. Bring the soles of your feet together and your knees apart. Take a deep breath and lift your heart. As you exhale, just go forward a little bit. Maybe you feel some resistance. Be with that resistance. No pressure. Deep breathing. Okay, rise up. You can cross your legs, a comfortable seated position. Take a breath in, reach your arms overhead. When you exhale, bring one hand down and take a side bend. Just leaning to that side. Top shoulder stays open toward the ceiling. Inhale, reach up. And switch to the other side. Come back to center. And if you need to, we're going to sit for about a minute. Place your blanket underneath you. Find a comfortable seated position. This is half lotus, different ways of sitting. Crossing the legs, half lotus, full lotus. Siddhyasana, where your heels are stacked. Kind of a fun one. Okay. Rest your hands on your knees or in your lap. Relax your shoulders down your back. And just close your eyes and notice how you feel. Like letting go of the outside world and stepping inward. Just with this short practice and concentration on breathing, you may notice there's a difference. Allow your breath to just be easy. If thoughts come through the mind, just let them flow through. Sort of like clouds moving through the sky, just impermanent, ever-changing, no need to hang on. Good, everyone. Let's take both hands together, rub your palms. Place your hands at heart center, the thumbs at the sternum. Send yourself some gratitude, some loving kindness. Now that you've taken the time out of your day to do something good for yourself, that's something to be grateful for, to be proud of. turn, and maybe the little bit of peace that you've cultivated, you can bring that out into the world and to share that with others, to be a light and a guide. My light humbly bows and shines to the light within each of you. When we're in this place of light, we're one. Namaste. Alright. Good job, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. I know it's not anything crazy or super sweaty or anything like that, but I think it's good just to take little bites. So for today's journal, again, I'm keeping it simple. Write about gratitude, something that you're grateful for in your life, whether it's a person, an opportunity, a pet, or multiple things. And just let it flow through. Write about a page, and we'll reconvene in a couple of days. Okay, thank you.